And of course, now Francis is about to have a conversation around the ANC, of course, and as it inches closer to the conference. Francis?
Thank you, Bungiwe, and that is something entirely different that we're looking at. Groups within the governing party are finalising their positions ahead of the ANC's National Conference that is now just a week away. And let's speak to the Veterans League, who earlier threw its weight behind Cyril Ramaphosa for a second term as president. We're joined by President of the Veterans League, Dr Snuki Zikalala. Doctor, now that the expert panel report on Phala Phala has been released, do you still support the president as a Veterans League?
Yeah, well, we still support the president. As you know, that the NEC of the ANC came out yesterday with the resolution that we should allow the president to take the panel of experts report and review. And also that, of course, parliamentarians should also not support the report. And so we still support that because as a South African, he has, according to our constitution, it does allow him to take the matter on review. He's not happy with it because he has not yet been found guilty. And so we feel that he should still be our candidate for the coming elective conference.
Did the report give you any pause for thought, though, pointing things out like the president must have endorsed money being kept in the sofa? He didn't put all his business interests in a blind trust. And never mind the constitutionality of that, he said at one stage that he would. Also, he hasn't taken the nation into his confidence. He's only followed processes. Is that all good enough for a president?
Well, what we are saying in the Veterans League, we don't have investigative capacity. As the NEC and also the National Working Committee, the law enforcement agencies are dealing with those issues. And so let's allow them to deal with those issues. The Hawks are dealing with those issues. Let's allow them to deal with those issues. And we are not legal experts. And so as long as there's no tangible evidence that this is what happened, we cannot hold him, we cannot accuse him of having embezzled, having violated any laws in terms of foreign currency. But those issues are still being investigated by law enforcement agencies. And he has made it clear to everybody that if he's found wanting and is criminally charged, he'll step down immediately. He has never said, I'll take everything to review, but he said, if I'm found wanting and I'm criminally charged, I'll definitely step down. And so we believe in that, and we think that he's the only person currently who can be able to ensure that those who have embezzled state funds, those who are involved in state capture, those who are involved in Zondo commissions, and the outcome of Zondo commissions and Busasa. And he's the only one who has made sure that those implicated are brought to book. And so we believe that immediately, if he's criminally charged, he must step down immediately. We had that view earlier on, to say that he must step down, but immediately when he himself decided to take the matter on review, we said, fine, let him take the matter on review. Let's wait for the process because we believe that he'll never run away. He can't go anywhere. If he's found guilty, he's still a South African. He'll remain in the country. But we will never support a president who's being criminally charged and who's facing serious allegations to lead the country. The society is waiting for us as veterans to ensure that leaders that are leading the country are credible leaders, ethical leaders, incorruptible leaders. And so those are the leaders that have to lead the African National Congress. Those who are found wanting and with their hands in the cookie jars, they must face the full might of the law. That's what we believe in.
Your deputy convener, Mavuso Mzimang, however, called for the president to step down when Phala Phala broke. Is he still against the majority on that?
Well, he did say that as a person, as an individual, as a member of the NTT, he's got the right to say, my conscience doesn't allow me. Of course, it does. There is room for that. But I think the majority of members of the NTT believe that let's give him a chance. Let's allow the law enforcement agencies to ensure that they bring charges against him, and he's criminally charged, and that he just stepped down Comrade Mavuso's view. He made it very clear to us in today's meeting that my conscience won't allow me to support this resolution. But he's, of course, is bounded by what you call democratic centralism. And so that's what we believe in. Majority said, no, fine, let's endorse and go with the NEC recommendation that let him take the matter on review. We agree with that.
So you go into the conference relatively united?
Well, of course, we go to the conference united as a Veterans League, and we have clear objectives that those who are going to be elected, and especially who are making appeal to candidates, that they must never vote for any individual who's implicated in corruption, whether it's state capture, whether it's Bosasa, whether it's the Integrity Commission. They must not vote for those individuals because society has come up to. The society is very tired of the image of the ANC, which is tainted on a daily basis. Currently, the African National Congress is unable to create more jobs. People are giving 350 rand. What do you do with 350 rand? And the infrastructure development program is not in place. Money is stolen and by some of the bureaucrats. And so those people must be arrested. That's what we believe in. And so we are united in ensuring that we build a capable state, a state that is led by people who are ethical, incorruptible, and people who commit themselves to the values of the African National Congress, and also people who make sure that we deliver on our set objectives.
You earlier spoke about the president's reform agenda, his cleanup agenda, though, saying he's the one who's getting rid of the corrupt. Aren't you concerned that even if he succeeds in the courts and he doesn't get impeached, there have been some scathing findings here? There are very reputable people who have said that his conduct was hugely lacking. Aren't you concerned that there will be a loss of that ethical impetus to go and change our image on the global stage and to clean up South Africa?
Well, there are different opinions. If you look at what analysts are saying, and some of them are saying that those allegations were not tested, like in the court of law. That's what they are saying. And so we do not get involved with that. That's why we're saying the hawks are there, the law enforcement agencies are there. If he has violated the foreign exchange laws, he must be arrested. Let him be charged. That's all that we're saying. And so we should not speculate. If he has been found that there's money that he put under the mattress, let them charge him. You know, there's no one who's above the law in this country. We as Veterans League, we believe in the rule of law. And so our constitution makes it very clear that no one is above the law. And so what we are saying is that these are allegations, but let those allegations be tested. If the law enforcement agencies that we have confidence in saying we are charging him now, is guilty of violating foreign exchange rules, let them do so. Let them do so tomorrow. And so that will accept as the Veterans League.
All right, thank you for that. The president of the Veterans League, Dr Snuki Zikalala.